Hey everyone, this is David Pike, the Motorcity Mechanic. Now in today's video, we're going to be talking about the new hook and pick set from Milwaukee Tools. And at the same time, I'm going to go over some things that I like to consider when I'm buying one of these sets to see if it's going to work for the job that I need it for. Now, one important tool I recommend everybody having in their toolbox is a good quality set of hook and picks. Now, you can use these things on a lot of different jobs, such as if you want to remove a wire out of a connector, these are great for getting to the release lock. Also, if you need to take an O-ring off of an injector or pull a seal out, these things are priceless. Now, as you can see, they come in all kinds of different shapes and sizes and different ends. We've got some that are short, some that are long. We've got some with handles, some without. And we've got some with different attachments on both ends and some with no attachment but on one end. So what I like to talk about today is the different pros and cons of each one of these and what I look for when I'm going to buy a good quality set, such as this set I got from Milwaukee Tools. So let's go ahead and talk about the length of the pick. Now, short gives you actually more control over the tip. You get real precision movement, real fine, so you can actually get into things, you can feel it, you can actually just move it slightly and get things off. So you go over to the medium length next. Now they work fairly well. To me, they're not as great as the shorter ones, but they're actually better than the longer ones. Yes, you lose a little fine control at the end, but you can actually get a little further up into things if you need to. Now when you get into the really long ones, the problem I have is they get to be too long. I don't have as much control over the end, let alone see what I'm probably doing. Yes, they get into deeper areas, but like I mentioned, unless I can see where I'm getting to, it's kind of pointless. So I think the long ones are kind of a waste. So I'd prefer short, but medium is basically what you're going to come across on the market as far as a good quality pick. Now another important thing is the actual handle. Because remember now, the handle is the first point of contact you have between your hand and the tool. So you got to be able to hold it firmly when you're using it. The one on the left here basically has no handle. As far as I'm concerned, it's non-existent. You're basically holding on to a pencil. The one in the middle, because it's short, you don't have a lot of handle to hold on to. And at least on the Milwaukee, it is a longer length, so you can grasp it firmly. So when you're using the tool, you have more control over it. So as you can see with the shorter handle, I'm only grasping it with a total of 4 fingers. There's not enough in there to really sturdy it. It gives me a place to put my thumb, however the length actually makes it a bit awkward. Now when you grab the no handle, big difference here. Like I said, you're holding it with a pencil. You're basically grasping it with your fingers, not with your hand, because you don't have nowhere else to actually wrap around with. There's not enough surface area. With the bigger handle, I can actually grasp it with all my hands. I've got good control. I can actually feel the tool, and that's what I want. I want to have control over what's going on at the tip. Now what we have here are the two 90-degree picks. The one on the left is the Milwaukee brand, and the one on the right is my everyday use generic brand. So we're going to talk about the pros and cons of each and how each one may benefit me more than the other. Now on the Milwaukee side, let's look at the tip here. You'll see after the bend that the diameter of the shaft remains the same till it gets to the end, and then it's ground down to a point. That gives it more strength up in this area here versus the generic version. It actually starts tapering down before the bend. As it comes to a sharp point, at this point it becomes weaker. As you can see, this one already has a bend in it, which that's fine. I can actually bend it back straight, but it's going to bend again eventually. Mainly because I probably am using it in a way that I'm not supposed to. Maybe I was doing a little prying or trying to force something off that I shouldn't have. Nonetheless, the strength right here will probably give me a lot of benefit. The other thing I see though on the generic that probably helps me out the most is that because it becomes a sharper point sooner, I have the ability to get into tighter areas when it comes to releasing those locks on the connectors. I don't have a lot of room to work with to begin with, so this may benefit me more than the Milwaukee. So we'll see how the Milwaukee holds up over time. And the other thing to look for in a pick set is actually a variety of different ends. You've got your hook here, you've got your 90 degree, you've got your straight, and then you've got your multi-angle. Because you're going to find that each one of these has a different job that you can use them for. So when you go to buy a set, make sure you get a variety of different ends. Now when it comes to the ones that are double-ended, they're real convenient because you've got two picks in one, so depending on what you're doing, you just got to rotate it. Problem I run into sometimes is I end up accidentally picking myself. It could be this 90 degree pick, or if I'm grabbing the one that's got the hook, I'm digging into something, working under a dash, and I'm poked myself or impaled myself. So they are convenient to a point, but they can also be a nuisance. Now another key thing that's important to me that most people overlook is the actual finger positioning on the pick. Now you don't hold a pick like this, not by any means. You actually more than likely are going to hold it like this. And that's why you'll see on the shaft some sort of serrated area, basically so you can put your finger on. Now it's the positioning of the serrated area on the shaft that really bugs me. This handle is big enough for my hand, yes, but if I hold it that way and put my finger on it, it's down here. Now am I going to put my thumb on it? Possibly. That's more of a stabbing type effect. If I want to control things, I personally like to be able to put this finger. That's just me personally. Everybody's different. If you're one of those people that use your thumb, then this placement would be great for you. Me, I want a little bit further up the shaft. It goes back to the short one. We already are not holding it well. So when we put our finger anywhere, we're probably all the way at the tip, or if we're putting our thumb here, even with the thumb, we still don't have much to grab onto. With the Milwaukee, we grab it, I've got a place to put my finger, it's in this same basic area that I'm going to position myself. I can put my thumb on there if I need to as well, but like I said, I'm going to be using this finger more than anything. That way I have real precise control over what's going on at the tip. So placement of that serrated section is very important to me. Now another thing, if you buy cheap picks, you're going to get cheap quality. That's just the nature of the beast. For example, on this one broke off clean right here. Now, was I doing something I probably shouldn't once again? Possibly. But then again, I've had it happen to more than one tool. The tip on this one broke off. So in the end, instead of throwing it away, I actually ground down the tip so I could use it for something else. It's no longer my go-to tool. It's in the back of my toolbox, so if I lose my other ones, can't find them, I might pull this one out. Otherwise, like I said, you get what you pay for. In the end, this became nothing more than a prison shank. Now the set from Milwaukee Tools comes with all four of the popular ends that you're going to find on hook and pick sets. Straight, hook style, multi-angled, and 90 degree. Obviously it has the handles and it's a medium length style pick. It comes in its own plastic holder, that way you can keep them organized and you know if you're missing one right off the bat. So let's talk about the last two important things, price and warranty. Now this set you see right here, it's $16 and it's a lifetime warranty. Now you can go on a tool truck and find the Matco, the Mac, or the Snap-on branded versions, and the price is going to be around $50. So you're getting basically the same quality with a lifetime warranty for only $16. So keep that in mind when you're buying a hook and pick set, that these are not expensive tools. I highly recommend everybody having one in their box. So when you go to buy them, don't buy the little cheap no-name ones, the short ones that break like I showed you. Stick with a good brand. This Milwaukee one seems to be doing great. I've used it a few times, but we'll see over time how it holds up. So far, I've been very well pleased. So when it comes time for you to decide on what hook and pick set works best for you, remember, what are you going to be using it for? Do you need a short, medium, or long pick? Do you need a double-ended pick? Do you need a pick with a handle? What feels best in your hands? And also, don't forget the price and the warranty. That's also a major consideration. So hopefully this video gave you something to think about the next time you go buy your next hook and pick set. Grab them, put them in your hand, and imagine what you're going to be using them for. Because what might work for me might not work for you. So if you liked the video, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up on YouTube. Don't forget you can find me on all the other popular social media platforms such as Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And if you got any comments or suggestions about today's video or that Milwaukee hook and pick set or anything Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram related, you can email me at david@motorcitymechanic.com. So if this is the first time you've seen one of my videos, please make sure to hit the subscribe button. If you're a returning subscriber, make sure to click that bell icon. That way you get notified instantly when videos such as this get uploaded. And if you like to shop on Amazon, please feel free to use the link that's in the description below this video. Any purchases that you make will help support this channel. Once again, everybody, thanks for watching.